So it's my turn to talk, and I'm going to talk about tourism because if you know me, you know that I love to travel, but you also know that I love Franklin County. That's where I live, that's where I'm from, and we work very hard in our county to bring visitors to us. And one of the things I want to talk about, there's a young man named Paul Matthews, and you can find him on Facebook under Paul Matthews. He's currently a lieutenant in the Navy stationed in Brazil. And when he first went to Brazil, one of his, I think, commanders said to him, "Hey, do you know that Admiral William Leahy is from Brazil?" Everybody kind of went, "What? Who's Admiral Leahy?" Well, turns out he's this really famous guy. He's the first 5-star admiral in the Navy. He was born and raised mostly in Hampton, Iowa. And Paul started to do a search. And he's in the Navy in Brazil. He's the only American down there. They're on a trade kind of thing. He's a really smart guy. And he got in touch with, I believe, Pat Palmer, who told him, call the Chamber of Commerce, get in touch with those people over there to ask for Deb. So we started talking on Facebook. And we spent a year talking on Facebook, back and forth, Facebook chat. What do you know about this? What do you know about that? Look, we got to have a memorial. This guy's a big deal. There's a ship out on the East Coast, a ship replica, 148th, which means it's about 11 foot long. And we decided that we needed that ship in Hampton. We also decided that we needed his uniform, that we needed his pictures, and a ton of memorabilia that are in the naval artifacts in Washington, D.C. So Paul got to work. We formed a committee because we're a nation of committees, and we do that really well where I'm from. And the Historical Society jumped on board and said, yep, we want to be a part of that. So now we're in the process of bringing all of these artifacts from Admiral William Leahy to Hampton, Iowa. That would not have happened 20 years ago. That would have took us 20 years to do that because the committees would have been huge. We would have had to write letters. It was before faxes. In a span of a year, this young man learned how to get all the information he needed, do all the requisitions. He handled all of it. Steve Dykey, who works for ABCM and used to be the history teacher, got on board. He went to the students at our local school who created a virtual museum. So you can actually go online and see this museum dedicated to Admiral William Leahy. And it's just an exciting process. And anybody can do this. I don't know what you might have in your town. You might have the world's longest caterpillar. But promote it, talk about it, get on Facebook, make friends, start doing things. Use the tools that we have. Use your tablet, use your phone, take pictures along the way. Just really start having conversations with people. Another group that I work with, and Shannon's here in the audience, and so is Val, we decided in our community, there's about 10 of us local businesses, that we wanted to figure out how to get together and partner up. Now we all know each other, like that's Shannon, that's Val, hi, how you doing? But we know each other now on Twitter and Facebook and blogs, other places as well. We meet once a month. We're in Iowa. Of course, we have a potluck every time we do that. Somebody's got to bring food. And we spend about an hour, hour and a half, drink a little bit of wine, and we figure out what we can do to help each other out. And some of that involves using the technology of now, using the media tools to, if Shannon's going to have a pumpkin patch here pretty soon, so you'll see me start talking about it. I'm doing some work with a client, she'll start talking about that. We're really taking these online relationships that we've built and bringing them back in real life. All of you are sitting here. Every single one of you is here. You took the opportunity to come here and meet Jody and meet Jennifer and meet Jerry and meet Pat and meet me so that we could build real human relationships. It's great, online relationships. I'd be lost without them. I wouldn't have known Jeff. I wouldn't have known Becky McCrae. But there's so much to be said for figuring out how to get together one-on-one or as a group and just talk to each other and make things happen. So having said that, if you visit franklincountytourism.com, you'll find out things to do in Hampton. If you visit hamptoniowa.org, that's our chamber page, lots to do there. And then, of course, my favorite, which is buyoneproductlocal.com. I urge you to think globally and shop locally whenever you can. Our communities, our small towns are going by the wayside. We have local artists, we have local vendors, we have local people that are amazing. Pam Warwick is a local artist from Franklin County sitting right here. She partnered up with Cornerstone Cottage, which is a local retail store, and has her artwork shown there. Out of that beginning conversation, World Book Night, which is an event going on right now, started in the UK, and now this year they want to give over 500,000 books out across the world. In the state of Iowa, Hampton, Iowa, I can proudly say, is the state coordinator, because we stood up and we talked about it and we put it on Twitter and we put it on Facebook, and we're giving away hundreds of books. Our local radio station jumped in and said, hey, let's put it on the radio. And our local theater said, hey, let's show the movie Hunger Games. That's one of the books. So we created all this buzz and all this excitement. And tonight they're giving away lots of those books. And today, before we leave, we have some students this afternoon. We're going to give some books here, too. And I'd like those students that are coming, they couldn't leave Sioux Center until 8 o'clock, so they're a little bit late. They'll be here shortly. They're going to take those books home and give them out to kids that don't get a chance to read, that don't get a chance to own books. And you know, that's something that social media makes possible, that the technology of now makes possible. So I urge you to create relationships while you're here. We'll have about a 50-minute break for lunch with some live music. You'll be able to hear Adam out in the hallway. Be sure to go out and talk to each other. Also, while we're here, our hashtag for Twitter is 140CONFDM. And the Ustream channel, please share that as well. Ustream, I'm reading it, .tv/channel/DM140CONF. And then I have one more shout out to give to you. Janya, stand up. This is Janya. She's the daughter of Miss Daisy. Now, I don't know how many of you people are on Twitter, but Miss Daisy is my biggest fan. And hi, Linda. We love her very, very much. And her daughter has come down to share this day with us. That would not have happened without social media. Thank you very much.